Hi, it's Derek Fredrickson here from clientattraction.com and the Client Attraction Business School, where our students learn exactly how to get more clients, make more money, and multiply their business. And sending an email newsletter is an essential client attraction marketing strategy to stay in touch with your clients and your prospects, right? It allows us to deepen the relationship with our email subscribers, right? Those that are subscribed to your email list. And by providing useful and engaging content that they want to consume, we position ourselves as their problem solver or solution provider, which in turn makes your readers more likely to consider working with you or buying your products and even your services. And in the previous video strategies, a couple of video strategies, I've shared different techniques and ideas for choosing the different elements for creating your email newsletter, as well as telling you how often and when you should send it, right? Well, last but not least, and in today's video, I'd like to talk to you about the format and layout of your email newsletter, right? The layout of the actual email. And I'm going to share with you this week our client attraction tested and proven email newsletter, or e-zine for short, format and layout, so you can see what we do and model what we've done. So let's begin with the format of your content, right? Since your content is the bulk of your e-zine, and think about it, your content should be the most important part, right? Your audience will only read your email newsletter if the content is useful and valuable, so they learn something. If not, they're going to go someplace else and get it elsewhere. So your lesson or your assignment or your strategy, whatever you want to call it, can appear in several different formats. As an article, like we've done for years, a video like we do now, or even an audio. And we format our content as a strategy with a call to action. That's why we call it a client attraction assignment. This is much more compelling, I think, than referring to your content simply as tips. And do me this favor, please don't discount the value of your content by referring to it as tips. Try to use words like strategies, tools, techniques, solutions, right? Those are more compelling and engaging. People want those. They don't want just a tip, all right? And as I mentioned, the format may be video, audio, or written article, but make sure you're using an HTML layout complete with compelling images, right? The email marketing world has really shifted away from just simple plain text emails, right, without pictures or graphics. Make sure the e-zine, your newsletter, is aesthetically pleasing to the eye by using this web HTML layout. And if you don't know what HTML stands for, don't worry about it, okay? It's not important. It just basically means you're using colors and pictures in your email to make it more engaging and has a little bit more pop to the reader. And many of my students ask me, Derek, which format is best for my content? If I have an article, or should I do an audio, or what about a video? Or if it relates to the article, do I put a little bit of the article and then link it back to my site, or should I include the whole thing? And to that, I'd say usually video is the most compelling, but obviously it can't be included in the email itself, right? However, you can easily link to the video elsewhere by including an image of the video with a play button over it, kind of like we do it if you're on our list, implying that your reader is only one click away from viewing and watching the video. But as far as the article content goes, and going back to that, don't tease your list by sending them elsewhere to read the article. They're on your list because they want the content that you have promised to give to them. So don't make it harder for them to go and get it, right? Give it to them all in the newsletter. They shouldn't need to jump through hoops. This is my personal opinion. They shouldn't have to jump through hoops to get to that value that they've already asked for, all right? Now, here are a few more notes about the layout for the newsletter. Here at Client Attraction, we've tested it. We found that the best way to deliver our e-zine and the information that we have to share is in one single column, right? I think it provides for good flow and is easy for our readers to scroll through and digest, rather than an email with multiple different columns with a lot of different things going on. I think that's a little bit too overwhelming and not as engaging. But listen, you've got to label the different parts of your newsletter. Label everything. Every section in the newsletter should have a clear, attention-grabbing header that describes exactly what it is to follow, right? So personal note, assignment, etc. Make it easy for your readers. If you're including a note at the top with the picture like the personal note I just shared, which I think, by the way, is completely mandatory to be a little bit more personable and engaging, label it as personal note. Be transparent and as clear as possible so your readers know exactly what to do when they're reading your newsletter. Another idea. I love the idea of having branded social media buttons. I think they're optional, but a great way to connect your readers and keep them engaged outside of the newsletter. And you can use hyperlinks throughout your newsletter, linking to important and relevant text to drive your readers where you want them to go, whether it's social media sites or your website, or maybe it's an offer that you're promoting. Okay, so here's your assignment for the week as it relates to the format and layout of your email newsletter. All right, think about it. Pretend you're your own subscriber to your newsletter, and what format and layout elements are in line with what I've shared here and that you really resonate with, right? What do you feel would be compelling and the most engaging for your readers, okay? It's about thinking about it in their eyes rather than in your own. And if your format or layout doesn't support the primary objective of having your readers consume your content or the call to action of your e-zine, what can you change? Right? Go ahead and make maybe some of the subtle changes or necessary changes to your newsletter here and there that I've mentioned, and your email newsletter will be drastically transformed. Everything from the headline to the format of your content. All right? So let me know your progress in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed this week's video, and until next time, happy client attraction. Bye-bye.